I will be doing a quick tank review for the T-54 prototype. The Russian Tier 8 premium medium tank. What must you know about the vehicle? The vehicle itself, it is a prototype for the T-59 at Tier 9. The vehicle, it is quite good once you have gotten used to the gun and the vehicle armor itself. This vehicle, as it is a premium vehicle, you will have to buy it through the game shop or by saving up 8,750 gold. The T-54 prototype, from personal experience, I found that this vehicle, it is a good vehicle to learn how to use the higher tier mediums well enough, especially the T-44, the T-55, and in theory, you can learn how to use the tier 10 mediums as well with this vehicle. The vehicle, it is quite durable if you know how to use it quite well. You have very good armor, so you should take advantage of that. My only issue with the T-50 prototype and most Soviet mediums is that the vehicle ammo rack can be damaged easily enough, and the gun that the T-54 prototype does have, it is decent enough. You will have problem penning tier 9 and 10 vehicles most of the time, certain tier 8s, if you do not know where to shoot at or use premium rounds. This vehicle, it's a good crew trainer for all of your high tier Soviet medium tanks. I have right now my T-43 crew in it. Let's get into the stats of the vehicle. The T-54 prototype stats, for the most part, they are good. You will have 1,300 hit points, so you can take a good amount of abuse before you are killed. This vehicle weighs potentially up to 38.7 tons. My setup gives me a total of 36 tons, which will give me a decent horsepower to ton ratio with the engine. The engine, it is a 520 horsepower engine with a 15% chance of engine fire. This engine will make the tank somewhat fast. You will have problems reaching the top speed when you are on flat terrain or on uneven terrain. You can only reach the top speed when you are going downhill only. The top speed, it is 44 kilometers. The horsepower to ton ratio, it is 14.4 horsepower to 1 ton. It could be better, it could be worse. The vehicle hold traverse, it is good at 42 degrees, so the vehicle can turn around quickly enough if it has to. The vehicle armor, it is quite good for the most part. Before I get to the armor, I find that with a well-placed shot from the side or from the front, the ammo rack for this vehicle can be damaged easily enough. Also the crew and the modules as well, from the side mostly. The vehicle hull armor in the front here, it have a 120mm plate. The armor thickness increases as it goes up. With the angle armor added in, you have about 200mm of armor. So, as long as you know how to use the armor effectively, you can ricochet most rounds up to tier 8 with ease. The lower glacis plate here, it is a weak part. Be careful about that. The hatch door here, it is a weak part, but it is hard to hit as well. The vehicle turret, it is 180 millimeters plus for the gun mancelet here. The side of the gun mancelet, it is 180. The armor thickness decreases from 180 as you go back to the turret. The side of the hull, 90 millimeters, which can be pinned easily enough. Same for the wheel, 45. The turret's armor, 120 millimeters. If you angle the cheeks just right, you can get some ricochet still. The rear, 75 millimeters, which can be pinned easily enough. This tank turret, it is flat for the most part, so if your tank have the height advantage, they can shoot the top of the tank here with ease and potentially damage the tank easily enough. The gun itself, it is decent. This gun have 6 degrees of gun depression downward, while the gun elevation upward it is 17. This tank, this tank itself, it is not a good hill fighter. This 100 millimeter gun, D10T-K, with the correct perks, equipment, and consumables, you can have about 8.2 rounds per a minute in theory. The pen, it is on the lackluster side, so you will have problems penning tier 8s that are well armored, most tier 9 and 10s if you do not know where to shoot at. I would generally find save the APCR rounds for enemy tanks that you have problem penetrating and hitting. If you can get your rate of fire up to 8 rounds per a minute, you can do about 2,000 damage per a minute if all of the rounds can pen and hit. So you can do a lot of damage with this tank if you know how to use it properly. The gun, it is quite accurate, .38, so you can use this gun as a medium to a long distance sniper if you must. The aiming time, it is decent enough, 2.6 seconds. The turret traverse, it is good at 40 degrees. The view range for this tank, it is average. It is 360 meters. Most mediums, I would generally put a coated optics on, which will bring the average tier 8 view range 360 up to 400 meters. If you do not want to use coated optics, you can use the binocular telescopes that will bring it up to 450 meters. The radio for this tank, it is quite good. You have a 700 meter signal range. Let's cover the pros and cons for this tank now. The pros and cons for the tank. As a tier 8 medium tank, you will have normal matchmaking up to tier 10. If you're top tier in a tier 8 match, you can do quite well if you know what you're doing. Tier 9 and 10 matches, you have to be more careful because you can easily be penetrated and killed in those matches. How do you use the vehicle? You can use it as a frontline vehicle, as a support vehicle, as a flanking vehicle, and as a medium to a long distance sniper as well. If you really want to, you can play this vehicle as a active or as a passive scout as well. Now, what is good about the vehicle? You have good armor from the front, as long as you know how to use it. You can ricochet most guns up to tier 8 as long as they have less than 200 millimeters of pen. This vehicle, it is a good crew trainer and moneymaker as well. If you are trying to learn how to use the t-54, the t-54, and the other higher tier Soviet mediums well enough, this is a good trainer as well to learn how to use those vehicles. With Brother in Arms and the correct perks with the equipment and consumables, in theory, you should have about 8.2 rounds per a minute. The 100mm gun, you can do quite a large amount of damage with this gun if you can land and penetrate all of the rounds. Now to the cons of the vehicle. Tier 9 and Tier 10 vehicles can pen your armor with ease. You have a low ammo count, 30 rounds of ammo in total. In the past, I find that I run out of ammo quickly while using this vehicle. This vehicle, as it is a Soviet medium, the ammo rack can be damaged easily enough on the side, and vice versa. The crew and the modules from the front and from the side can be damaged easily enough. The vehicle itself, it does not have the vehicle itself, it does not have preferred matchmaking, just like the IS-6, KV-5, and etc. This vehicle, in my personal opinion, needs to have preferred matchmaking, because when you're facing tier 9 and 10 vehicles, you're going to have a problem penetrating them. Now, let's cover the equipment consumables for this vehicle. Let's begin off with the consumables. I would go with a first aid kit, repair kit, and a fire extinguisher. This vehicle, it does not carry a lot of ammo, 34 rounds to be precise. The majority of my ammo type I would be using, I would put it into armor piercing and a PCR with some HE ammo. The armor piercing and a PCR have the same damage output. The only difference is the pen difference. I find the armor piercing round is good enough up to tier 9 still, as long as you know which vehicles that you can pen with ease. I would only save the APCR round for vehicles that you have a problem penetrating, which are heavily armored from tier 8 to tier 10. For equipment, I went with vertical stabilizer, which give me plus 20% to accuracy during movement and turret rotation, a gun laying drive to decrease the aiming time, and a gun rammer to decrease the loading time as well. These three pieces of equipment overall improve my front line performance by a lot. The other pieces of equipment that you can mount to make the t-54 prototype a good medium tank, toolbox to get your repair done faster. I generally find medium tanks, it is best to use coated optics, as This will improve your viewing by 10% permanently. You can use binocular telescope if you want to as well. It is up to the type of medium that you are using if you want to use coated optics or binocular telescopes. You can use the medium spall liner if you want to. And then the last piece of equipment that it would make the tank better would be improved ventilation class 2. This improved the crew by 5% and improved the tank stats by a little bit as well. I have some replays to show you how to use the T-54 prototype effectively. Let's get to them now. This replay, I am in a tier 8 match maximum to show you how good the T-54 first prototype can be and how well it can excel. I am heading to the island here. For a Soviet tank at rate, you can get a good amount of heating when it's stopped here. I am just looking around, seeing what enemy tanks are around me. I see that I have no support around me, except for behind me. I only have the Tiger 1 as a support in this area here. The type there, it's popped up. This vehicle begun depression when you're trying to hill fight over uneven terrain can be an issue. Me and this one, you are the only one holding this right here. Your dual team to take out this T-54.
Повреждение гусеницы. Шанс разрыва увеличен. Не пробил. Повреждение гусеницы. Шанс разрыва увеличен. Есть пробитие.
I now have to watch two fronts here. One to my left and one to my right here. Unfortunately, that Tiger 1 is dead.
Есть пробитие. Цель захвачена. Цель захвачена. Гусеница сбита.
This
Движение
situation
невозможно.
could turn bad for me.
Гусеница восстановлена. Можно ехать. Пробитие.
So you're trying to flank him when I can.
Броня не пробита. Можно ехать.
I use my
Есть пробитие.
to outfire this T-34 here. Seeing I have support,
Не пробил.
I am falling back a bit until the UKB here help cover me. I use the dead tanks here as cover.
Готов.
Fortunately, that hit did not kill me. The front angle plate here, it is quite well armored actually. If you just look at the ricochet marks in the front here. I think I potentially ricocheted maybe like 5 or 6 rounds maximum, maybe.
Пробитие.
Fortunately, this AMX was not paying attention to me, so I got a shot on it.
Пробитие.
This is where my usefulness to the team comes to an end. This replay I did not all that bad in this tank. I got a high caliber tank medal, and I did about 2,300 damage in this replay. Let's go to the next replay. This replay, I am in a tier 9 match with my friend the Mighty Czar, who is in his t-54 prototype. This replay, I will show you how fun and good the t-54 Model 1 can be if you use it in a wolf pack and coordinate your actions together. This match, me and Czar, we were using Skype to coordinate our actions.
Бой начинается.
I'm just looking around, seeing if any of the allied tanks spotted anything. Me and Czar, we are trying to take advantage of the situation and flank the Object 704 up ahead when it does show itself. Seeing Czar is making a advancement there, I moved up as well. I am getting to the side here. I missed my shot. This is a little bit risky. I could have been dead meat to the object there if he had friends in the area. Me and Czar, we took this object health down pretty quickly. The IS-8 and the E-75 there. Both of us took advantage of our focus fire and coordination to take the rest of the vehicle in town out. I managed to set that IS-8 on fire as well. I am firing a lot of APCR in this match as well. I am right now making sure that I don't fire at Czar. That IS-3 managed to kill me there. Zar, he later on in this replay, if I remember correctly, he killed that IS-3 there. At the end of the match, me and Zar managed to hold off 4 tanks in the city here, and did about 4.5k damage in the city here, while we were wolf packing and focus fire on enemy tanks in the city. I did not too bad in this match. I did about 2.5k damage and gotten 2 kills in the match. Let's go to the next replay now. This replay I did quite well in when it came to damage output. Pay attention how you can actually use the t-54 prototype here to inflict a lot of damage. I am just going to speed the replay up a bit to get to the front line faster. Me right now, I am heading to the left side of the map here. I am using the terrain here as cover. I am looking around, seeing what is in front of me. That ELC is going to be dead soon. It is just me in the front lines here for the time being until I actually have support in the back to come up here. I am being careful as I poke over the ridgeline here. This vehicle can't get armor rack from the side easily enough, which is unfortunately a common feature to Soviet mediums. Right now it is 3 versus 1. I have to be careful because they can overrun me. So I fall back to at least to have a more secure location. I fire quickly and then get back to cover while loading. Now my backup arrives. That Panther, I try to angle my armor, but his round went through. That Panther round ricocheted. Now I am in a bit of a bad situation here. If the enemy team want to work together properly, they could have had a smash through our lines here. I am angling my armor here as much as possible that I can get away with without making my armor easily to be pinned by enemy guns. I am looking around, seeing that the AMX is coming to me. This AMX, seeing it potentially going to be loading, I'm going to be making a run for it to flank it and give it a bad day, while at the same time using this AMX as a shield between me and that Panther there. I finish this MX, then continue on to this Panther. That the Panther must be using the 100 L100 gun if it could pin me. I am flanking this Panther, trying to get to its side. I reversed just in time to potentially miss the round. Now I am trying to save this frontier by flanking the enemy tank. I landed a round into the crew department on that Jag Tiger. Seeing the SU there turning around, I am trying to get to its side to flank it. But unfortunately, the SU there, it is turning around at the same time while I was shooting at it. Fortunately, that SU didn't one-shot me. That Bulldog is having problems penetrating me. Fortunately, one of its premium rounds went through and finished me off. This match, my team won by just by coordinating our actions and focus it on the east side of the map there. I did pretty good in this match. The base damage I did was about 3,400 damage. But with the assist damage added on top, I did around 4,900 damage. So you can do a lot of damage in this tank if you know what you are doing. Let's go back to the garage now. Let's do a brief recap for the T-54 prototype. The vehicle itself, it is an average tank. As a premium tank, you can train any of the Soviet medium tank crew members into this vehicle and make extra credits at the same time. This vehicle, it is a good crew trainer for any of the Soviet tank crew from the T-43 up to the Tier 10 medium tanks. This vehicle, once you have gotten used to the strengths and the weaknesses, this is a good vehicle to use. You can only obtain this vehicle through the in-game shop with real money or by purchasing it through the Russian tech tree. If you do plan to buy it with gold, 8,750 gold, I would recommend that you buy this tank whenever there is a discount on it when it comes to Tier 8 premium vehicles. This tank, I would recommend it to people because it's a good Tier 8 medium tank to use, and it's a good crew trainer as well. I hope that you learn a thing or two about the T-54 prototype and how to use it effectively. If you like my channel, follow my channel and also leave a comment as well. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone.